Well, hey there everyone, welcome back once again to another guitar tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to play Pretend by Secondhand Serenade on the acoustic guitar. And this is a very classic, underrated, beautifully expressive, intimate, melancholic song that I hope you enjoy learning today. It uses the, iconic chord shape that's, used in songs most famously like Wonderwall, where basically your ring finger and pinky will stay on the same two strings for more or less the entire song. And in this, that'll be the same principle in case in this song as well, so you should be kind of familiar with it because there is quite a few popular songs or well-known songs out there that use this chord shape and principle of playing. So it's just, let's just get right into it anyway, without further ado. So first things first, capo is going to be on the second fret. So if you don't have a capo, that's fine. You can still play what I'm going to teach you here today. It just won't match up with the song, but if you have a capo, pop it on the second fret right there and you'll be good to go. And it's going to be in the key of A major, and your tuning is going to be in E standard as per usual. But most importantly now, so it's going to start out like this. I'll just play it real quick so you can get an idea. So yeah, that's basically, how it will start out. So it's very like low key, very intimate, nothing too complex. Like the strumming pattern is really simple to follow along. And that's why I think for like, if you're playing this like chord shape and doing this principle of guitar playing, this is like the perfect song to start, because from all the songs I've heard, it's definitely one of the easiest that I've heard, if not the easiest. So so basically it's going to start out on this G. So as I said, like just not too long ago, basically you can play a G, right, with 3 fingers, but you're going to of course add in your ring finger to the B string of the 5th fret, and then you're just going to add your pinky to the E string of the 5th fret. So you've got this, and then of course you'll just do the regular other remaining G shape, which is just index finger 4th fret on the A string and middle finger on the low E string of the 5th fret, or the 6th string, but you should know that. But ultimately, the most important thing to know is that you're just enunciating this B note here, or this B note here with your ring finger. That's the most important thing to know for this. And then basically your index finger, middle finger will be doing the chord transitions. They'll be doing the easier work here. So the most important thing to know is once you've gotten down, getting your ring finger and pinky to stay in this position while doing the chord shapes with your index and middle finger like that, then it should become a breeze for you. But it's just make sure that your ring finger and pinky are rooted on the same strings and don't really move. That's the most important thing. So yeah, so start out on this G, you're gonna go like this, and then you're gonna go do like a walk down. You're gonna play obviously the low E string on the 4th fret, and that's gonna be a G sharp, but it's kind of gonna be like a slow walk down that you hear. So it's like, so all you're doing is removing your middle finger off the E string and just coming up from the A string to the E string of the 4th fret with your index finger, so like that. So you've got, and then you're gonna play then like an E minor shape with your index and middle finger, and then that'll kind of sound like an E minor 7th though, like so you'll do that, and then you'll go to a C add 9. So easiest way to describe a C add 9 is imagine a G, the first chord I showed you, G chord, right, but just go up 1 string, exact same shape, but just go up a string, and then you've got your C add 9. And then you're gonna go back to the G again. And then after the G, then the final chord of the sequence is gonna be a D. And this is the one chord, like I said earlier, where you will take off your pinky. You'll remove your pinky off the high E string of the 5th fret, like this. And then we go back to the G. So again, just to like, summarize it now and refresh, it's gonna be, the chords in order for the verse are gonna go like this. G, once again, walk down, E minor 7th, C add 9, back to G, D major, then back to G again, and that's when, of course, the verse will come in and you'll play the same sequence of chords in the same order again, pretty much until you get like to the last chord of the verse, the first verse, and then just before you come to then the chorus then is after being on the D major, going to the chorus, you'll then go to C add 9 for the please let me be, G major, to E minor 7th, C add 9, to G major, D major can face the G major. So yeah, I'll go over that again now, but the most important thing to know is once you know that like the verse chords are in order are G, little G sharp root note walk down briefly, and then to E minor shape with your index and middle finger, but it becomes like an E minor 7th because of the string notes that your ring finger and pinky are playing. Then C add 9, then back to G, and then to D major. And then back to G. So that's like the chord, that's the order of the chords you'll play in the verses, and it'll do the exact same thing all the way through the entire song, through the verses, and then the chorus again is C add 9, please let me be, then to G, then walk down, then to E minor 7th on 3, so from you, and then C, the same thing again, C add 9 again, then to G, and then on I Can Face the Truth, you'll then go to D major instead of E minor 7th this time. I can face the truth. And then back to G again. Now the next thing to show now is after the first chorus, basically there'll be an instrumental, and just before it comes into the next verse after the first chorus, when you play the D major, you're going to briefly play a D sus4. So you're going to play, what you'll basically do is, how I said, so you know how I said that you take off your pinky off the E string of the 5th fret for the D major chord, but then you'll like add it back on briefly, which makes it D sus4, so kind of like this. So you've got... It's kind of like that, because you'll do it twice in a row, like, but you don't do it until the first verse, like not the first verse, the first guitar instrumental after the first chorus. So just before you come into the first verse, the next verse after the first chorus, then you'll then add your pinky, which comes to D sus4. So again, you're just adding your pinky to the high E string of the 5th fret, or the first string, and then back to the G again. And you'll do that again when you get to the D major chord again for the second time. And then I'll keep on going then, and go to the next chorus, which is exactly the same as the first chorus. Play the exact same chords in the same order, same tempo, everything else. Of course, as I always say, you can make up your own strumming pattern, but this is the strumming pattern for the song, and I think it is just the best one to use, and just the one to use for this song. Make sure you can do this. So speaking of downstroke, so the next section now, the last bit to learn now, that where it changes is when it gets to that little kind of like, I don't want to call it a bridge because I don't really know what it's called. I didn't look up it was specified as, what this section was specified as, but basically you know, the part where it goes, put down your world just for one night, pick me again. So please let me be free. So yeah, that part there basically. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna, so the strumming pattern will obviously change. You'll just do downstroke. So just do downstrumming for this part. And you're just gonna play E minor 7, so the E minor shape, of course, with the E minor 7. But you're just gonna play the first few strings. That's the most important thing to note here is instead of playing the full chords like we've been doing thus far, you will just play the first 2 or 3 strings, kind of like power chords in a way, that kind of feeling. So it's kind of like E minor 7, then to the C add 9, then to a D major, just for one night, pick me again. So, and then you'll like quickly do some alternate strumming then just before you go into the last chorus, which go into then to the C add 9. So again, you've got first few strings, do that 2 times, and then do alternate strumming like that briefly, and then you'll go to the C add 9 then for the last chorus. Just skipping ahead, just going at a fastest pace here, just to save time. Please let me be free. Sorry, I went to the wrong chord then. So yeah, it's exactly the same. From you, please let me be free. I can face the truth. And it'll end on the C add 9 then, and you'll just kind of play it like quite swiftly like this. And that's the chord that it will end on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, the only real change in terms of strumming pattern wise is that little on the that part there. Apart from that, the strumming pattern is the same for every other section of the song, and the chords, of course, just change briefly in the chorus. The ordering changes, and yeah, in the verses it's a bit different, but besides those slight variations, it's pretty much the same. So yeah, it's very like predictable. It's, you know, quite rhythmic. You should be able to get into a pattern and it should just come to you naturally. Again, feel free to rewind or pause if you need to, but that's pretty much going to do it. I say this is a very simple song. Nothing complex, like nothing too fast. It's just very intimate, low-key, chill. So yeah, that's the great thing about the song. And I will be doing more tutorials at some point, I'm sure, of that use this, you know, chord shape, like, you know, Wonderwall, Time of Your Life, So Long Goodbye, so on and so forth. But yeah, this is a very underrated song, so I hope you like it. If none of you had heard this before and you're just curious, then I hope you've enjoyed learning this song, and definitely go give it a listen, because it's a very beautiful song. But until next time though, thank you for watching everyone, and I will see you in my next guitar tutorial.